Okay, so I was the first spoken word artist to be signed to Def Jam Records. I really wasn't the first spoken word artist to be signed to a major label because if y'all didn't know, Gil Scott-Heron wasn't the first cat signed to a major label. He was the first artist on Jive Records. So at any rate, I was the first spoken word artist signed to Def Jam Records. Quick story, I was also the first spoken word artist to leave Def Jam Records. I couldn't do the math. You know, the music business is fucked up. It was fucked up. Now it's a great thing because independent artists can actually do their own thing and get on YouTube and MySpace and actually get your career kicked off without the motherfuckers. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need organized religion. You know, and that's no disrespect to anybody's religion. That was kind of a metaphor. You know, we're all right with that shit. Figure it out. So anyway, so here's my take on that whole music industry shit because it was a hard lesson, great lesson, but hard lesson nonetheless. This poem is called 410 Days of Life because it was written 410 days approximately after I met Russell Simmons. When you look at me and my brothers, what's your first impression? Does the sight must leave you guessing, or do you understand the stressing, the aggression? The look of no hope on me and my niggas' faces like the Lord overlooked us when he handed down his graces. You see embraces fall short on the numb tips of street entrepreneurial fingers, still stuck in the walls of the project halls where the coke smell still lingers. External blames is all we can be, because on the inside we've been given nothing to shine on. And the record deal's harder to get than coke, so my niggas get their grind on, because the TV tells us, aim high, nigga, make all goals lateral. But see, that takes paper that we don't have, so niggas put their souls up as collateral now. Some niggas reclaim them, some blame them, make an excuse to sell them. But when a nigga goes from not doing to doing, what can you tell him? Not to be a nigga? Shit, I got to be a nigga. That's how I pay the bills. And I'm going to do that whether I got to sling this coke or exploit these rhyme skills. See, America makes you an opportunist, and at the same time, they institutionalize you. So the fact that niggas get big record deals, big money, and then go to jail shouldn't surprise you. That's what lies do. And see, most of these guys do have raw talent, just an infantile education. So the business feeds you all the weed and ecstasy and a little bit of paper to provide some pacification for all the bullshit frustration they serve you. Meanwhile, they corrupt your perception of what the real is. See, they're taking all our businessmen and giving them the mindsets of drug dealers. Took all our messages, made them rappers, just clapping their jaws and afraid to admit their treason. Took all our soldiers for the cause, made them killers for no reason and being fucked up. Well, that's in this season, so if you're negative, you're positive. And if you're positive, you're called a hater. But I maintain control of my souls. I know it gets greater later. And I told you on the last show, shit, nigga no hater. I just know what the truth is. Been intertwining this pudding for about a year now, so I know where the proof is. See, it lies in these midtown Manhattan skyscrapers where former hustlers like myself sign papers and pull off fucked up capers like 16 infamous stars at a time. They got us chopping and bagging and serving that shit to niggas 16 bars at a time now. The crime is undetectable by the feds, because in the heads of our kids is where the track is. The music is potent, it's straight to the soul, so it's much more addictive than crack is now. The high is just an illusion, all lies in confusion, but to feel that rush just once, my young bucks to go through it. So in essence, they still flood the streets with the thugs, drugs, and killing. They just use these record labels to do it. Taking our heartfelt demos, putting us in limos, trying to fuck up divine direction. But young black men have been trained to chase money and pussy. So we fall victim to our own erections and begin to convince ourselves we're on our way somewhere where we're not going. But ignorance is bliss, and niggas love this. So niggas take pride in not knowing. We not growing. Nigga, I give a fuck how slick you flown. If you ain't showing none of these kids add nothing positive to the earth. Black ice been destined to touch the world ever since I was born. To be real, fuck a record deal. God gives me what I'm worth.